Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, world. Hello, lovely. How are you today?
I am wonderful.
Oh, and that is Miss Glam. And of course, you got your girl, Mo Hazel. And today is episode 14, but I'm a little sad.
Why?
Because it's the last episode of season 1. It's kind of bittersweet. It's been a journey.
Wipe them tears. Stop all that sappy crap.
Suck that shit up, buttercup.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, but it has been great. Let me just start off by saying instantly, it has been so much fun doing a podcast with my bestie. Because I've been wanting to do podcasts for years. And maybe it was because I didn't want to do it by myself. So you have been the perfect co-pilot.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Right now. Later on. It's a wrap. But for real, no, I really enjoyed you. Who else should we give a shout out to?
We should thank tech support because there were some rough weeks where he almost didn't make it.
Pink slips given out on a weekly. Weren't they?
I know, but he made it.
But
through
he made
season
it.
1. He's hanging on.
I don't know if he's going to be employed for season 2.
But he's hanging on.
But he hanging on. Hand clap. Tech support is rolling. And also, we want to give a shout out to executive producer, which is AKA Miss Glam's
man.
baby. Yes.
My love.
He has been very wonderful with donating to the cause.
Yes.
So he gets a lovely title of executive producer because he sees the vision.
And like he said, it's an expensive title.
Thank you, because we got some wish lists, if you hear me. So thank you, tech support. Thank you, executive producers. Not only are you great to our show, but we love you immensely.
Sometimes.
And also to whoever is listening right now. Like, for real. If you actually
1 through
didn't
14.
think we were annoying and you hung to the end and thought we were funny and maybe gave you life and just understood that, we're just, trying to take life not that seriously, but, having fun, but also realizing that, we got to grow up and be big girls and big boys and do what we got to do. We got to adult, got to keep it real, got to keep it 100 out here in these streets. And you know what else we got to do? Got to keep it petty. So thank you for being petty right with us. To all our salty fans, we love you. Keep it petty all the time. With that being said, let's get into our weekly delight. So Weekly Delight, as you already know, but if you're new to it, Weekly Delight is a segment that we have where we actually talk about something that's inspiring us and getting us through the week. It can be a person, place, or thing, inspirational quote. I mean, it could be food. Hey, did you ever finish your gang banging vampire books?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about it season 2. No worries. But,
I had some new books come out.
Oh, you cheating on the vampires.
No, I had to take a pause.
Because they
suck.
Literally, they suck. Because they're vampires. Get it? No.
These books I've been waiting for years.
Okay.
And I had to take a pause.
Okay, no worries. But, but if they're gang-banging vampires.
Stop. They're not gang-banging vampires. Stop saying that.
Whatever is getting you through the week, we want to talk about it. So we'll start with you, Miss Glam.
My weekly delight, actually this week, is my niece.
Oh, okay. What baby girl do?
Honestly, this week, just being herself, being a good kid, being, doing her homework without me telling her to, being helpful. This week was just a lot of stuff going on.
Right.
And me not having to worry about whether homework was done, because I'm sort of kind of a helicopter parent. I check her grades.
What's a helicopter parent?
That hovers.
Okay, that hovers. So you're constantly micromanaging, monitoring? Monitoring, okay.
So I do check her grades religiously on the portal.
Mm-hmm.
And A's, everything's done.
Amen.
I'm a trust but verify parent.
Okay.
So as long as she tells
me. I trust you, but I still need to check your shit.
You got homework? Yes. Okay. You did your homework? Let me see it.
Bet ahead.
And then I check the portal to make sure that there are no zeros. There are no, that type of stuff.
Right. Keeping her accountable.
When she has her A's, I applaud her and, good job. Anything less than a B, do we need...
Is it a conversation?
Do we need to have a conversation?
Right.
Anything D's or F, we having a long, what's going on here?
Right. Taking some shit away.
Yeah. So, but this week has just been one of those weeks where sometimes you have an aha moment of, maybe I'm not doing such a bad job.
Oh, here I thought you were going to say, are you in the Twilight Zone? Like, what is happening?
No.
Like, what did you do? So you had aha. Sorry, I went the other way.
So, some weeks or some days are like, we're not screwing this up.
Maybe you're good after all.
Maybe this,
you're good at something.
Whole parenting blended family thing that we got going on in this village. Yes. Is working.
Yes, hand clap the villages. They really do get the job done. It's not easy. Being a parent or even being like you, being the auntie that kind of took that guardian role, so it does take a village to make it happen. And honestly, the children appreciate it.
Well, she made it easy this week, so this week she is my weekly delight.
Aw, well, you know what? In that same sentiment, so my weekly delight is my godson. His birthday is coming up this weekend, and he turns 2, and I'm super excited. And here's why I'm excited, because, even though he's my godson, he don't want to come to me. He don't ever want to come to me. Like, he just look at me and be like, no,
very
right?
Smart.
And, for the past couple weeks, he just want me to give him hugs and kisses.
Okay, well, I spoke too soon.
He actually is like, my sister-in-law sent me a video to where he actually was looking out the window because he missed me and tech support. Like, he's finally, and it seemed like, honestly, with my nieces and nephews, they go through like this period of, we don't know who you are, Auntie Mo Hazel. You don't exist in our world. And then all of a sudden the light flickers on and they're like, you're the coolest auntie ever. So I'm glad we're getting to that place. So he is my weekly delight this week as well, because he just so juicy and cute, and he likes his auntie.
Does he have the fat cheeks?
He does. and actually he walks like a little old man, he puts his hand behind his back like he in the military when he walks. And he, sometimes will have this cute little frown, like he just cranky, but it's so cute because he's so little, Anyways, he's just got this personality that is really fun for me, and it is an honor to be a godparent, and I do take it seriously, so I am grateful for him this week. With that being said,
weekly delight.
Yeah,
I think this is
thank you.
I think this is
because why? The children are the future.
They are.
I will spare you the Whitney Houston voice, although let me tell you,
she does not have a Whitney Houston voice.
Make you weep because, oh my God, you would be like, get your life. This girl can sing. She needs to be on The Voice or American Idol or something. But I won't spare you because, this is a podcast. This isn't a singing competition. No.
Thank your lucky stars.
Yeah, really. The truth is, no, I suck. It would be horrible. You would cancel your subscription. You would tell your friends, do not listen to that podcast. She sings horribly. Your
ears would bleed.
Anyways, moving on to the topic. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so for the last topic of the season, it is, are you really being a friend?
Is this geared towards me?
Well, even though we are badass besties and you are, my bestie, sometimes we got to ask the question, are the actions we take are sincere and in line of being a friend? But, we'll get into it. So the reason why this came up is, honestly, it's been like a couple weeks ago, but it's been a topic that we've been wanting to talk about. So the comedian Monique, she recently, well, it was a couple weeks ago, but she went on the Steve Harvey show. Just to back it up, Monique felt like a lot of A-list celebrities blackballed her. These were people that were her friends, they were her peers, they were her colleagues, possibly even her homies. She was very hurt, deeply hurt by that. So Steve Harvey brought her on the show to talk about it and express his concern for her. He felt like he wasn't, as her friend, because they are close, he felt like he didn't do enough for her during this tough time. When she came on his show during the taping, he wanted to share that he apologizes for not reaching out to her, and that he wants to, because he loves her so much, try to set up a meeting with these people she felt blackballed by to maybe come to a peaceful agreement, get to some type of healing place, because he wants that for her. He doesn't want her to be in a hurt place. And so I guess to start with that, did you feel his sincerity with that situation?
No, I did. I watched I didn't watch the whole episode, but I watched
that
segment.
That particular segment. Yeah, me too.
And I did feel the sincerity because nowhere did he absolve either party. He was very clear that I see both sides. I'm not saying you're right, they're right. I'm saying I see hurts and wrongs on both sides. And he did keep it, in my view, 100 with Monique on the show.
I think she kept it 100 back too.
And she did. That we're going to have to agree to disagree disagree on certain subjects, but you are wrong here, you're right here. And I think that is what a true friend is. Not someone who just gives you, pat you on the back.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
man. A yes, man.
Exactly. Pat you on the back and goes, they're so wrong. I can't believe they did that to you. Knowing that you don't agree.
Yeah.
A true friend keeps it real with you. They point out not only your, when you do things wrong, but they point out your successes too. Right. They're there in both situations, right. But they always keep it 100 and they hold you accountable.
Right. And it doesn't have to be, everything doesn't have to come out your mouth pretty. Meaning I don't have to sit here, if you're, a true friend, you don't have to, sugarcoat. You can be blunt, keep it 100, but I'm just, to be clear, you don't have to sugarcoat. You don't have to worry about, saying it kind. Let me watch my tone. No, a real friend, if you understand their intent, even if they're talking to you raw, hard, and dirty, and you're like, damn, okay, all right, it's you understand it because of the intent, and that's kind of what we saw on that segment. Because Monique said at one point, this conversation feels like brother and sister in a room, and mommy and daddy's in the other room, and I'm about to punch you in the mouth. Like she literally said that on air. But the reason why he didn't check her on it is because he knew exactly where she was coming from. Yeah. She was saying the things you're saying right now, kind of make me mad. But I appreciate this conversation. I appreciate this dialogue. I'm glad we're talking. I appreciate you bringing me to the show. And I still love you, even though I'm not agreeing with everything that's coming out your mouth. Yeah. And that was, to me, a very healthy way of disagreeing. I mean, she kind of put a little joke in there, but it was a healthy way of disagreeing.
Yeah. When you have that level of trust with someone, then you're able to be vulnerable because you have the trust that their intention is pure.
Right.
So, and I attended a training class, I don't know, ages ago about for work.
What did you learn there?
Well, one of the things I took away from it is it talked about the intent, it talked about trust. And one of the sayings that the founder, the writer of the communication class was, when you have that inherent trust, and that person has your best interests at heart, that person can say just about anything to you.
Right. I agree.
And I think that is what friendship is, is that you have that love there, that bond, that inherent trust, that person can be honest with you and point out those things that you aren't ready to see in yourself.
Right. Because they see it and they care.
Exactly.
So, let's pause there for a second, and it brings a good question to mind. What are the signs of a true friendship? So, and I mean, we can use our friendship as an example because we really, truly are besties. I know the title should have assumed it, but we really do like each other despite the jabs that we throw.
The reason why we can throw jabs and not go to blows is because, I mean, we have that inherent love, that inherent trust.
Yeah, we love you.
Yes, we know that we don't mean anything negative about it. It comes from a pure place.
Right. We do have a great communication. We keep it open. We are not afraid to talk about, like I said, pretty much what you said earlier, talk about anything. And also, we're not afraid to hit topics that does hurt.
Yes.
And it could hurt. Like, I'm sure we've said stuff to each other that was hurtful. But again, it goes back to that. I think for me, again, I know I joked about the play sister, but, feeling I did. I still do. I'm still going to call you my play sister all day, every day. But, feeling like your family, chosen family.
Yeah.
I love that. You know what I mean? And that I would do anything for you. Except, can we talk about this one thing that I didn't do? So, apparently, I will not save her from cars. Can we go down that rabbit hole for 2 seconds? Listen, let me set it up. And I felt horrible about it, and that's why I'm doing it. I publicly
don't set
want
it up.
To apologize to you.
Don't set it up where it's all pretty for you.
Walking across a 4-lane highway. We shouldn't have been doing that, first off, but we were literally jaywalking. No, we had no right. There was really no median. We just dodging traffic, and we were in college, right?
No,
we
weren't
in high school. We were adults.
I think so.
Okay, well, anyways.
I think we were neighbors.
Okay. So this was shortly after college.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. But anyway, so we were actually with your family, hanging out, and we were leaving the event. Was it a classic?
Yeah,
it was a football classic. It was a
FAM BCC or BCU now.
Yes. So, anyways, we were leaving the event, and we were clearly jaywalking across this 4-lane highway, and we were kind of in between where the cars go the opposite directions. We're kind of stuck in the middle where cars are going down one way and the cars are coming down the other way. And we were about to dart across because your brother had darted across.
Him and Rick Ross.
Yeah, his friend looks like Rick Ross. Shout out to Rick Ross Jr. But anyway, so they had darted across, and then Miss Glam was like, coast clear, I guess. Didn't look both ways, for the record, but darted across.
So it's my fault. See how she's blaming me?
Listen. So anyway, so she darts across. She starts to dart across, and I freeze because I literally see this van plowing fast down the lane
because
and is about to. They slowed down at first,
and then when they saw me
when
walking,
you were going across,
they were proving a point.
And yeah, she wasn't knees to chest running. She was like, strutting her stuff, walking across like they better stop for me kind of a mentality, and they ain't. They were about to run you over, and her brother was clearly already across the street, and he turned around, ran, and I mean everything went slow mo. Meanwhile, Miss Glam she's oblivious to all of this, and Mo Hazel is sitting there with her mouth open like she about to die, I'm about to lose my friend, and no words are coming to my mouth. I'm frozen. It's just in my thoughts are talking, and he comes like Superman, and he just swoops you up, picks you up, and runs you back across the street, and then boom, here goes the car. Saved your life. I did not. And I'm still stuck in the middle, frozen, like, holy crap, he's a hero, and I'm a coward. Like, I literally had that fight or fright, and I froze, and I felt horrible about it because you don't understand. Like, I don't think you still understand it this day. She thinks I'm joking. She thinks it's funny. This was life or death. Like, I
didn't realize.
She literally was about to die if it was not for her brother. Her baby brother. He did that. I did not. I failed you. I am not a true friend, apparently, because I almost let you die, and I felt horrible about that. So I'm saying a public apology to you.
After you blamed me for walking in the street without looking.
Well, you shouldn't have. You need to look. Listen, moral of that story, look both ways, and don't trust your bestie because she's going to freeze up. You might die. Don't put that pressure on your bestie, people. Don't put that pressure on your bestie. Don't ask those questions like, will you save me from a burning building? Will you jump in front of a bullet? Because when you think you will, and like, for instance, if anybody ever would have asked me at that time, like 2 hours before that event, would you take a bullet for your bestie? Hell yeah. Would you rescue her out of a burning building? Hell yeah. Would you save her from a car? Hell yeah. And then when it actually happens and you fail, it's just like, what do you do? And I appreciate you still loving me. That's a testament of you being true friend to me.
Here's the thing
but you knew my intent, so yeah, I know.
So she did make a sound. It was
That's enough. Time out. That was the bat signal.
That was what
baby bro heard it.
Yes. And he turned around and grabbed me, picked me up, and put me safely on the curb, out of the way of the car.
Yeah.
And
thank you for making me feel like I did something, because I felt like I did nothing.
I know it's serious because both of you got, like, you were shaking.
I was shaking. He felt it.
He was fine.
No, but he felt it. He, like I said, if it was fine, he wouldn't have ran like he did, like Superman. He literally was a superhero. Like, I literally saw Superman. He's Superman. He's Clark Kent.
He's not allowed to listen to this episode. God,
I hope he listens, because he's gonna hold that over your head.
No.
But anyways, so going back, getting out that rabbit hole.
That you let me die.
Don't let your besties die. True friends don't let their besties die. That's the moral. But anyways, signs of a true friendship. Someone that I can just thoroughly get along with. I never get bored with you. It's always an adventure with you.
Good thing?
Huh?
Is that a good thing?
No, it's a good thing.
Okay.
I know. You're like, I never know, because we're petty. So I don't know if it's a compliment or a jab. No, it's a compliment. Like, it's never boring with you. You know what I mean? Like, we have adventures. We have great stories to tell.
Yes, we do.
And I do feel like I may not help you live, but I feel like I would do things to help us get into jail. Like, if you said, listen, we're going to do this drive-by, I think I'd get in the car with you.
You think?
The reason why I say I think is because of that situation. I'm not going to set myself up, and then you really do give me the back call like, meet me downstairs. We're we're going to make this drop. And then I'm like, yeah, so the number you have reached. But,
I may or may not have bail money, though, for you.
Exactly. But, so I would like to think that, we ride or die. You know what I mean?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. So are any other signs for you?
Someone who you can be yourself with. I feel like I can be me.
Understood.
Bad, flaws and all. I do not have to be anyone other than myself.
And even though we're judgy, and I say it like this, I throw it out there weird. We judge, but we don't judge.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like for instance, I say things because, in my mind, I'm thinking, I care about you. These are my thoughts because I want you to always be winning, right? And it might not, in your mind, that's not what my idea of winning is. I appreciate it, but that's not my idea of winning. But nonetheless, we throw our 2 cents at each other and give our opinions, whether we take it or not, we don't care. But we don't judge like, I'm going to walk away from this friendship because I don't agree with it. Or it's never ever, and it never will get to that point.
And not just that, but also we may judge, but we are always supporting. So we may not agree with the choices we each make, but we're always there to support, meaning that safety net, or I'm there for you.
Yes.
We're always there to cheer each other on.
Right.
And we're also there to comfort when needing. Even if we made a choice we didn't agree with, it's not a I told you so. It comfort. Later it may be I told you so when you are well enough or better enough to be able to laugh about the situation. It's comfort.
Right. No, I agree.
Love.
Now, are there limits and levels to friendships? And it doesn't have to be like on that bestie level. Are there limits and are there levels? For instance, you always say you have one friend. Is that really true? Do you have more friends? Like, are there levels too?
I think there are levels. Things that because friendship is earned. I'm a firm believer as friendship is earned.
Yes.
People, you meet one time, they're not your friends, not the way I define friends, because friendship is earned, trust is earned, love is earned. You have to build that relationship. You have to truly know and understand that person. How can you call someone your friend if you don't know them, if you don't understand them?
Yeah.
I think there are levels because and some people take more time than others, but that is what friendship is, and it takes time.
I agree 100%. I definitely feel like there are tiers to my friendships with other people. And
everyone's below me. If you didn't know that, here's your disclaimer now. You're below me.
Oh,
was that petty?
It was hella petty.
Okay,
but it's all good. It's the last episode. You gotta go hard with the petty all the way in. 100%.
They may not listen to season 2.
Right. They'd be like, well, I'm canceling my subscription. But it's not that I don't care about any of those individuals. I just think, honestly, every person has this tier system of you have your inner circle, your close friends, but they may not be the ones you call first, to give that bat signal to when you're in need. And then you have your associates, and then you just have people just maybe that things that have in common, whether it's you go to football games with them, or although in all fairness, people I go to football games with, I'm closer than that. So that's not really a good example. Just things you have in common, like, people I met at camp, or people.
You may have a friend who is your
circumstances brought us together.
Yeah.
Yes.
You may have your Harry Potter friend.
Exactly.
You may have your, play records with friend.
Your book club friend. Commonalities. You found relationships, or you found understanding through things you have in common.
That friendship may blossom to more.
Oh yeah, it could be the start of a wonderful friendship, but it started based on something in common.
Yeah. Like work friends. There are people who have, work friends that started off as, when we go to work events, they're who I hang out with.
Right, because they're in my unit, or they're, we're under the same supervisor, or you are my supervisor. And then, years go by, and next thing you know, you're sharing more. And because you're there longer hours, and next thing you know, you feel like fam. And then when they retire, you're like balling out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So shout out to those people. Yeah, I agree. There's definitely levels. Now, switching gear, let's talk about toxic friends. what are the signs of a toxic friend, and when do you decide to leave the relationship, or do you?
Well,
give me a second because I'm going in.
Basically. No, I honestly think the number one sign for a toxic friend is if you leave feeling drained.
Because they're a user.
Well, they suck the energy from you. Especially if you're going with positive energy and you leave feeling your energy levels have just been depleted. You feel negative.
Because they're a negative energy and they're a user. Number one, they're a user. Yeah, I agree. That it's definitely a different vibe when you approach them.
Yes.
And I feel like a lot of times people stay because of history. Like it wasn't all bad, right? I'm assuming toxic relationship, the fact that you're in a relationship is because there was something good there, right? At one point.
Yeah.
And then when it switches gear, you question, well, am I being loyal if I leave? That loyalty comes into play. Am I really a ride or die? You know, the times are hard right now. You got to ride this wave out. And then you get to the point where the wave just feels like you're in an endless ocean.
Yeah.
You realize there's no changing. And it's getting worse. But sometimes people stay. I feel why people stay is out of history and loyalty and obligation.
Or they honestly don't realize they're toxic friends. Because there's some times where you have a friend that brings out bad or negative qualities in you. Mm-hmm. That person doesn't necessarily have draining, but they don't make you your best self.
Right. And you should always surround yourself and are on the same level, the same path. Or if not, they can be eons ahead of you. That's even better.
But they're pushing you to be...
Because they're pushing you and pulling you to be greater. Yeah, especially if they're ahead of the curve. You trying to get there, and they're giving you inspiration. They're giving you life. But now, have you ended toxic relationships? Like, are you one to end toxic relationships? Because there are some people that will hold on to it, whether they know it or not. And I guess we'll come from the assumption of them knowing, because it's not fair for the ones who don't know. They have to then realize it first. You can't really expect them to leave a relationship that they don't know is bad.
That's true.
So we're talking on the assumption of, you know it's bad, ain't getting better, I'm not happy, I don't even know if they happy, but I'm not. Have you left those?
I have. I mean, you have to. That's part of growing up. That's part of, sometimes you just grow apart.
And I have too. And let me tell you,
it's hard. It's harder than a breakup.
Exactly. You took the words out of my mouth. It's not easy. It hurts. It's very hurtful. And it sometimes can take you a while to get out of that hurt place. Because again, you're left with questions of why. At least for me anyway. I'm left with all these questions. I'm left with all these what could have been. Whatever my idea of what that future friendship was supposed to be, it's now gone. But I have to accept my decision. Like for instance, I'm very one to, I'm going to give you, I'm not going to say a million chances, but I give you enough chances to where when I'm done,
you get way more than I do.
I do exactly. I do. When I cut it, I'm completely sure. Even when I'm like, why did I do that? And I'm boohooing crying. I know I got to get past this ugly because it's going to be beautiful on the other side, and I'm not going back. So that's the other question too. Would you go back to those relationships? Let's say they change. They're a different person. I know I'm not. When I'm done, I'm done. That's why I do give multiple chances, because once I cut that bridge, it's a wrap. I've burnt it to the ground, severed it. It's no more. It's just a vast opening. There's no coming back. What about you? Would you come back?
No. And I guess part of it is I try to understand with friends. I try to understand them and accept them for who they are. Not saying I know them inside or out, but when I cut, I'm cutting because who you are as a person doesn't mesh with me.
Right.
For whatever reason. Whether it's change of personality, things you're doing in your life that I don't agree with or can't have in my life, whatever it is, I cut.
Right.
And you changing for the good, you get better. Whatever it was that was causing the toxicity within our relationship, say you stop that. That's great. And I cheer for you. And I have nothing but love for you. And I want you to continue on that path. But I need you to be on the other side of the street when you do that.
Right.
Meaning,
I can wave from afar.
Exactly. I will cheer for you from afar.
Right.
But we don't need to go back to that place.
We will not do lunch.
Well, and I think part of it is because what's to say that the relationship we had wasn't part of why you were going through what you were going through.
Exactly.
What's to say that I wasn't a negative pull for you? Why pull you back there? Especially when, even though you are a new person, I don't want to make that harder for you because I still know you as the other person.
Right.
I'm still going to be in that mind frame.
Mm-hmm.
So, no.
And see, for me, I agree. My thought on it is, even if you're a changed person, how do I know I'm going to mess with that person? Instantly, when I cut that person off, it's now guarded for that person. You know, like I'm ensuring that we're not coming back. I don't want to take a chance. And even though I'm great for you, hand clap, I'm glad that you got growth. But how do I know that this new you I'm going to jive with? And then I'm back to the same hurt feelings. I don't want to take that chance because I went through a lot to end it, and I went through a lot after I ended it. I don't want to repeat it. It's not fun. And I'm happy for you. And like, I'm with you. I will cheer from afar. You know, if I see you, you don't have to walk across the street. I can say hi. But again, we ain't doing lunch. There's no coffee date. There, exactly. You know, it is, you're doing great. Good to see you. You look good. Have a nice day. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I don't need to see the kids in your wallet. It ain't that deep. I don't want to get attached at all. Because it does bring I mean, for me, when I run into people that it brings up feelings a little bit for a second. You know what I mean? Like for 2 seconds, I'm like, you know, like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Personally, I hope they don't see me. I'm like, do they see me? Do they see me? And you know, so funny. So I have to tell a quick, funny, rabbit hole story. So I had a friend, we're no longer friends, but I wish her the best. No hard feelings. But anyways, me and tech support have this daily conversation because I'm the type that if I'm running to the store real quick, I might run out in sweats. Like, I don't need to put on makeup. I don't need to be full on glammed up to get some bread from the store. And it was literally like going to a simple store. I can't remember where it was, but he was like, you going out the house like that? And I said, you don't love me. You wouldn't walk with the street with me. And he's like, it ain't that. It's just, you don't know who you're going to run into. He literally said that. And lo and behold, when we got in the store, ran into someone who's no longer my friend. And it was like a good friendship, and it ended. You know, and it was a hurtful end. And the good news is, I had that minute of, you know, and you know, we kept it cordial and we moved on. It was a quick, brief in and out. I was grateful for the quickness. But literally, all I remember on that day is as we're walking to the cars, told you, I told you. You see what happened? You don't, man, I swear.
The one time you didn't.
The one time tech support was right, and he let me have it, and he was right, because I'm sitting there, you know, just looking hella crazy in the store, and I'm just like, that's going to be great. I'm sure she's going to go tell her friends, yeah, I ran into an ex, and, you know, she was looking crazy in the grocery store, but, you know.
It is like when you run into an ex, you want to be in looking good,
you
like,
do.
See, even now I am okay.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, clearly I'm happy. Yeah. She saw I was with my man and I'm happy, but it would have been extra great
if I had run a comb, or if you had run a comb
through your head. If I had run a comb through it, if I had put on a little lip gloss, had it popping, maybe, you know, had my t-shirt matching my sweats, you know, all kinds of things.
Didn't have the holes in it?
It did not. It was not the collared shirt, and it did not have holes in it. All those are gone. But yeah, I wish I was a little bit better. So never know. And I can truly, honestly say that I have no hard feelings when I run into people. It's just, I definitely don't have no nostalgia to try it again. For sure.
I think part of it is once you go through those types of breakups, for lack of a better word, it's over. You've severed those emotional ties. For me, I know, like for you, you're nice.
I am.
I don't have any emotions. It's more of a,
you're dead inside.
Soulless. I am. Because I guess I look at it as if it was.
We balance each other out, though, just for the record.
Which is true. But I guess I look at it from in a relationship standpoint. Not that I don't wish the person well, but obviously the friendship or the love I thought we had, it's not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why would I pine over something that's not there?
Exactly. I agree.
So it's just like it was a season. That season is over.
And you know what I will say to this? All my friendships, whether you're in the picture or not, I get lessons out of all of them. Mm-hmm. So, you know,
they teach you about yourself.
Yeah, I don't, you know, I'll never say I wish that was just a waste of time with that person. It was just a bad ending. I wish I could get back the time when it was going wrong. But, you know, outside of that, I don't regret any friendships that have ever ended because it taught me something and there was value and love in what was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'll carry it with
good
me.
memories.
Yeah, exactly. I won't forget the memories, the crazy stories, the epic times, the laughs, the secrets that were shared. And that's another thing too. Ooh, real quick before we wrap it up. You have ended friendships. Do you spill the tea?
No.
Exactly. But people do. People out here messy. People out in the streets messy, girl.
Because I guess.
Like, what's the point? It should die with that relationship.
Exactly.
Put it in a box, throw that in the ocean, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I would never tell, but you know.
That says more about you than it says about
because now I feel like they walked away from the bad toxic relationship.
Exactly.
You were the toxic person. Why be hurtful? It's already bad enough that everybody's going to be hurt from the loss. Why? Start fresh. It is what it is. Now, I'm not saying you can't look at them crazy and be like, you know what I mean? And have that inside joke in your head when you see them. But outside of that, why?
No, that trust was given. You have to maintain that trust.
Exactly. 100. I agree. All right. So what's the moral? What's the moral of
real friendships are precious and rare. So for that, I am thankful for you.
Oh,
and I love you.
I'm the moral.
Our friendship's the moral.
Oh, here she goes. Just let me win. No, and that was sweet and to the point. I will say, you know, true friendships, man, don't take them for granted. And the only reason why I say that is because we brought up the toxic relationships. If you see a good person in front of you that's willing to just give their all for you, don't be a taker. You know, give the same energy back that you're receiving. Yeah. If this person is a giver to you, if this person is inspiring you, then give it back to them. Feed them life, you know, or if they are willing to take the shirt off their back to help you, you help them too. Don't just make it all about you. Don't be selfish in a good relationship, because I promise you, when they are finally done, if they do walk away, you better hope. You better hope that person don't get the memo and clock out. But if they do decide to leave, it is going to be truly your loss.
It really will.
And I promise you, good friends are really hard to find. And when you lose them, baby, you will understand, because these streets is hard. And everybody out here is selfish. Not everybody, excuse me, I'm saying that wrong. But it's hard to find and spot true gems.
That's true.
I'll say it like that. It's hard to spot and find true gems. So when you have one, don't, take care of it. Nurture it.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah. It's going to be your loss. And I'll say it like that. And I am grateful for you. I do appreciate the gem that you are. And I do keep my gem close to my heart. And I'm grateful. Grateful for you. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. With that being said, we got to go right back into the petty and do petty word of the day. Are you ready? So
I am
petty
ready.
Word of the day is a segment where we learn a brand new vocabulary word, because we trying to be, big girls. We trying to be intelligent. I'm trying to be smart like Miss Glam. And for us to explain it to you, how do you remember it best? By putting it in a sentence. But on our show, we like to do it with a twist. We like to put it in a pretty petty sentence. Did I get it all?
You got it all.
All right. So, Ms. Glam, the floor is yours.
Okay. My pretty petty word is animaversion.
Animaversion.
Animaversion is a noun.
Sound like a name.
It means a critical and usually censorious remark or adverse criticism.
Wait, you used a noun?
I use a noun.
Wow, you always use adjectives.
Well,
every single time. Well, you ended the show different. Okay, all right, I see you.
But I'm meaning it.
Yeah, I'm not going to like the sentence. It stops here. I'm not excited.
Mo Hazel's animaversion is always welcome as long as she's prepared for my response.
That clap back.
Clap back. And I'm pretty witty. Fast and witty.
Sometimes. I like to think I'm wittier.
Maybe.
See how long it took you to respond?
I was trying to be nice, and then it came out and it didn't sound right.
Girl,
so
just
no,
go in. Just
no
be
witty.
You. Just be you. Be real on this show, right?
Yes.
Okay, so my word is cynosure. Cynosure. I think I'm saying that right. Cynosure. It's a noun, a person or thing that is the center of attention or admiration.
It sounds like me already.
Ooh. This flows perfectly. Miss Glam often feels she is the cynosure of this podcast, but the fans know who really is me.
Why are you going to end the show lying?
I'm telling the truth.
Why are you going to end the show lying?
We can take a poll. I might have to do that. Ooh, we're going to get our feelings hurt. We're going to take a poll.
Tech support going to win.
We're going to put that. You know what? Please, I'm putting it on us. We're going to put a poll up. Hurt our feelings. Be petty. Who team you on? Team Mo Hazel. Team Miss Glam.
Team Miss Glam.
One of us going to be crying, but we got 2 weeks to dry our eyes and win you over, right? Right? So, wow. Season done. We're done. Season done.
If you vote for Miss Glam, we're going to have to figure out a giveaway.
Wow. You know what? Real fans will not see that. They will see past that.
Don't you edit that out either.
And I promise you, if you vote for me,
I will
continue to go hard with the petty and slam on Miss Glam.
All campaigning from Miss Mo Hazel needs to be taken out.
You know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Come on, let's just end it. Because why not? You know what I mean? I'm going to give you 10 seconds to sell yourself. Team Miss Glam, go.
No, I don't need to sell myself. They have listened to 14 episodes of Miss Glam and know just how wonderful I am and how I carry this show.
Now, why you couldn't put in your annoying usual voice? Why we got to be like all pretty? Listen, she's full of beep. For real. And she's trying to lure you with sweetness. But if you get past the sugar she coded that statement with a lot of sugar. And let me dissect that for you. See how she made about herself?
How many times did
it's about me. I'm not about
Mo Hazel, how awesome she was. How many times did I tell Miss Mo Hazel how awesome she was?
Because I am. I did stuff to earn it. See, that's the difference. I did stuff to earn it.
Remember the episode where she talked about me? And I was very nice. And I said my pretty petty sentence was very sweet. I took the higher ground. And I didn't even make her feel bad about that.
And do you remember the episode where I was going on a vacation for myself because I just needed to recharge my batteries? Self-care. We even had an episode about self-care. But yet she went full on ape on me because she didn't like that it was not with her. That's just wrong.
No. It wasn't that it was not with me. It was that I found out that it was not with me on air. Does that sound like a bestie?
First of all, tech support over here like, ooh, listen.
Because he knows
stay
I'm
over there
right.
in your corner.
He knows I'm right.
Listen.
So go ahead and vote for Miss Glam. Because even tech support, hubby of Mo Hazel agrees with Miss Glam.
Okay, so I didn't tell you about a trip, but I got your back and your front.
You let me die.
No. You said I gave a cat call. In your words, you said I gave the bat signal, and Chocolate Batman came to save you, aka little bro. Like, I saved your life. You just told me I saved your life. Like, I didn't physically save you, but I put the signal out there. You know what I am? It's like I'm the person that dialed 911.
No. You went.
So while the police department came and rescued you,
you reached your hand like, I'm gonna try. Oh, but she too far.
You doing too much. I don't even think I did that.
You did. So you attempted to reach and then went.
I just know I failed you.
Ooh, you see, you failed.
I know. I listen. I'm not selling myself right. Although one last rabbit hole to go down before we end. It's worth it. What was your favorite episode this season?
Who you calling a bitch?
Ooh. You know what mine was?
What?
May I touch your hair? That was a really fun one. Oh, man. Well, okay. Do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap for 2 weeks?
Until next season.
And we are out, but we'll be back.